Hey, you. Yeah, you thinking about 2025, feeling like you're putting in all the effort, the late nights, everything, but somehow it's still spinning your wheels. Ever get that sense that maybe your own mind is kind of sabotaging your progress, just when things feel like they're about to take off?
Oh, absolutely. It's a common feeling, that internal resistance.
Yeah.
You're definitely not alone if you feel that way. So many ambitious folks are hitting those same walls.
It's like you're trying to run a marathon with weights tied to your ankles.
Exactly. You're working hard, no doubt. But those hidden mental habits, they could really undermine your best efforts, especially in a year that feels as, well, as fast-paced as 2025 promises to be.
Totally. So, welcome everyone to the deep dive. Now look, this isn't going to be just another quick book summary. Think of this more like a personalized strategy session. We're taking Amy Morin's fantastic book, 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, and we're digging deep, tailoring it specifically for making 2025 your year.
Yeah, our mission today is pretty clear. Pull out the most potent, actionable ideas for the book.
Right.
And build a real plan, something you can actually start using, like this week.
Exactly. And why this book? Why now? Well, I mean, just look around. The economy is uncertain. AI is just exploding. The whole way we work is still shifting. Being mentally strong in 2025, it's not just, nice to have. It feels essential.
It's the foundation,
Right.
for thriving, not just getting by.
Yeah. So we're going to distill these core ideas into practical steps, things you can actually weave into your daily routine, like starting tomorrow.
We want to cut through the noise, basically.
Yeah.
Hand you the tools. What are those core mental shifts you need? How do you build that resilience, that focus?
Yeah.
That's going to be your edge in 2025.
It's about action, not just theory.
Precisely. We want you walking away from this with clear steps.
Okay, let's dive right in there. First big area. Stop shying away from change. Instead, really start seeing adaptability as your 2025 superpower.
Morin makes this point really strongly. Mentally strong people, they accept change. They know it's coming. It's inevitable.
And you said it earlier, in 2025, this isn't just good advice, is it? It feels like foundational.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think about AI's impact. Shifting markets,
Yeah.
the evolution of remote work, it's constant.
Right. It feels like things change overnight sometimes. Consumer demands pivot so fast. Even just workplace norms are still kind of up in the air, trying to cling to how things used to be. It's not going to work.
It's like fighting the tide. You just waste energy, build up anxiety.
Energy you could be using to actually adapt.
Or innovate.
Exactly. And what's interesting is that mentally strong people, they often seem to almost anticipate it. They're sort of ready for it. It's proactive.
Okay, so how do we make this real? For the listener, for us, your 2025 action plan for adaptability. First step, deliberately seek out discomfort.
Ooh, okay. Intentionally.
Yeah. Once a week, maybe. Do something that pushes you just a little outside your comfort zone, something connected to, a future trend. So give me an example. What kind of thing?
Well, maybe it's finally taking that short course on AI prompting you keep seeing.
Okay.
We're spending an hour actually playing with a new social media platform that feels relevant, but kind of weird.
Or pitching a slightly bolder idea at work.
Yes, exactly. Something that stretches you, even just a bit. It builds that change muscle.
I like that. Change muscle. It prepares you.
Yeah.
Makes the bigger, unexpected shifts feel less jarring.
Totally.
Ah.
Okay, what's next for adaptability?
Practice scenario planning.
Yeah.
This is about mental prep.
Right. So maybe take 30 minutes this week. Just visualize potential shifts, good ones, bad ones, that could hit your industry or career in the next year.
Like, what if AI really changes how you find clients?
Or what if a key supplier just disappears?
Yeah. And for each scenario, just brainstorm one or two ways you might adapt.
Even just having a rough idea in the back of your mind. It cuts down the fear, right? It makes you feel a bit more in control.
It shifts you from just reacting to being, prepared, agile. That mental reversal is powerful.
And the third piece for adaptability, adopt a beta mindset.
Okay, explain that. Like software?
Kinda, yeah. Think of your current projects, your skills, even your strategy as version 1.0. Always be looking for feedback, always ready to iterate and improve.
Ah, so nothing's ever really finished. It's always evolving, especially now.
Exactly. It keeps you flexible. Think about Satya Nadella at Microsoft.
Oh, yeah, big shift there.
Huge. He steered that massive company towards a growth mindset, embracing cloud, embracing AI, even though it disrupted their old cash cows like Windows.
That took guts.
Yeah.
And serious adaptability at scale.
Right. It's a great example. So seek discomfort, plan for scenarios, think beta. That's the core of embracing change.
Got it. Actively look for it, prepare for it, see everything as a work in progress.
Okay, let's shift gears. Takeaway number 2. Stop focusing on things you can't control. This is huge.
Oh, absolutely critical, especially now with just the fire hose of information coming at us constantly.
Yeah. Morin really highlights this. Mentally strong people, they just don't pour their energy into stuff like what their competitors are doing every second.
Or the global economy's ups and downs.
Or even worrying constantly about what other people think of them. And in 2025, I mean, with social media, the news cycle, it's so easy to get sucked into worrying about things you have zero control over.
And the cost is real, isn't it? Stress, feeling powerless, burnout.
Plus, it pulls your focus away from where you can actually make a difference.
Okay, so how do we get that laser focus? The action plan.
Right. Your 2025 action plan for focus control. It starts with a sphere of control audit.
Okay, like literally drawing circles.
Yeah. Grab a piece of paper, 3 circles, one inside the other, innermost, direct control. That's your actions, your effort, your responses.
Things I actually do.
Exactly. Middle circle. Influence. Maybe your team, close relationships, the feedback you give or ask for.
See, things I can nudge.
Right. And the outer circle. No control.
Uh-huh.
Market forces, competitors' choices, headlines.
Got it. So list my worries in these circles.
Yep. Write down everything that's taking up headspace.
Yeah.
And then, this is the key. Consciously decide. Focus your energy on the inner circle, maybe some on the middle.
And the outer circle.
Actively practice letting it go. Maybe do a quick check-in with this, say, once a week, just to reset your focus.
It forces you to see where your energy is going.
Yeah.
And redirect it. I like that. Visual.
Okay, next tactic. Implement worry time.
Wait, schedule time. To worry. Seems weird.
I know, it sounds counterintuitive, but instead of letting those uncontrollable anxieties just pop up and derail you all day, you actually schedule it, say, 15 minutes. You think about those no control worries then. Acknowledge them.
Okay.
And then consciously you put them aside and refocus on actionable stuff. You've given them their moment, now back to work.
So you contain the worry instead of letting it leak everywhere.
Exactly. It stops it from hijacking your whole day. And last piece for focus. Practice strategic ignorance.
Strategic ignorance, meaning...
Being super selective about the information you let in. Become a curator of your own attention.
Right. Because attention is definitely a scarce resource these days.
Totally. So maybe unfollow social media accounts that just make you anxious or, play the comparison game.
Or limit news scrolling to specific times.
Yes. Don't just passively consume all day. Your focus in 2025, that's like gold. Protect it. Think about Michael Jordan.
Okay. The GOAT.
Right. He couldn't control the refs or the other team's star player having a good night.
True.
But he could absolutely control his preparation, his effort in practice, his mindset on the court. That's where his energy went.
That's a great analogy. Focus on your game plan, your execution. Let the rest go. Maximize impact, minimize the stress.
Perfect. Okay, ready for number 3?
Let's do it.
Takeaway 3. Stop giving up after the first failure. This one's tough for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah. But crucial. Mentally strong people see failure differently.
Right. It's not the end of the road for them. It's just part of the journey, especially when you're innovating, trying new things, which, let's face it, is what 2025 demands.
Because if you're terrified of failing, you just play it safe. You stagnate.
And that, ironically, might be the biggest risk of all in such a fast-changing world.
Definitely. Growth means trying stuff. And trying stuff means sometimes, well, doesn't work out first time.
So how do we rewire that fear? Your 2025 blueprint for resilience. First up, adopt the scientist mindset toward failure.
Ooh, I like the sound of that, like experiments.
Exactly. Detach emotionally. Get curious. Treat the setback like data.
Okay, so instead of, oh no, I failed, it's...
Okay, hypothesis was X. Actual result was Y. What did I learn? What tiny thing will I tweak for the next experiment?
It takes the sting out, doesn't it? It makes it analytical, not personal.
Totally. It's about iteration, learning, extracting the gold from the fumble.
Okay, a scientist mindset. What else?
Create a failure resume.
A what?
A resume of failures. Yeah, seriously. Start a document. List your significant setbacks or failures. For each one, note down what happened. What was the key lesson? And this is important. How did that lesson help you later?
Wow. That's actively reframing your history.
Exactly. Instead of just remembering the pain, you're highlighting the growth, the resilience you built because of it.
It proves to yourself that you don't just fail, you learn, you get better. That's powerful.
Right. Okay, last part of the resilience blueprint. Seek feedback immediately after a setback.
Don't just hide it or brush it under the rug.
No. The faster you figure out what went wrong, the faster you learn and adapt. That's crucial for speed in 2025.
So talk to people you trust, mentors, colleagues.
Yeah. Ask for candid feedback. What did you see? How could I have done that differently? Get those insights quickly. Think about James Dyson.
Ah, the vacuum guy.
Yeah. Over 5,000 prototypes. Right. Each one that didn't work wasn't a failure in the giving up sense.
It was just more data.
Exactly. More data guiding him to the final solution. That's the scientist mindset in action.
Wow. Okay, failure is data. Got it.
All right, let's move to takeaway number 4. This is about mindset, too. Stop wasting time feeling sorry for yourself.
Ah, the self-pity trap. Easy to fall into when things get tough.
So easy, especially with the kind of challenges 2025 might throw at us: market shifts, project delays.
Right. Mentally strong people, they feel disappointment, sure, but they don't let it curdle into that prolonged woe is me state.
Because it just drains your energy, doesn't it? And it keeps you passive, stuck.
Yeah, it feeds that victim mentality. Like things are just happening to you and you can't do anything. That's really disempowering, especially now.
So let's flip the script. Your 2025 gratitude and action strategy. First step, practice active gratitude daily.
Okay, this sounds simple, but you're saying it's powerful.
Incredibly. Just 2 minutes every morning, consciously list 3 specific things you're grateful for.
Specificity matters.
Yeah. Not just my family, but maybe the supportive text my sister sent yesterday, or that moment of quiet focus I had, or this amazing coffee. It actually starts rewiring your brain, focusing it on the positive, builds a buffer against negativity.
Shifts your baseline perspective. So you start the day acknowledging the good stuff.
Exactly. Next, consciously reframe challenges. See them as problems to be solved.
Okay, so when you catch yourself thinking, why me? You deliberately switch tracks. You think, okay, this is the situation. What's one small thing I can actually do about it today? Focus on action, even tiny action.
Moving from just thinking about it passively to actively doing something. Even a small step breaks that cycle, builds momentum.
Right. And the final piece, exchange complaining for contributing.
Meaning?
When you feel that urge to vent about how hard things are, try redirecting that energy. Can you help someone else who's struggling? Can you offer your skills somewhere? Volunteer.
Shift focus outward. Get out of your own head.
Exactly.
Right.
It breaks the self-pity loop, builds a sense of agency. Think about Marla Runyon, the blind Olympian Morin mentions.
Right, amazing story. She didn't focus on what she couldn't do. She focused on her will, her training. She chose action and likely a form of gratitude for what she could do over self-pity.
It really underscores that our mindset is a choice, and choosing gratitude and action, always more empowering.
Totally. Okay, final takeaway, number 5. Stop expecting immediate results.
Ooh, this one hits hard in our instant gratification world.
Doesn't it? Social media especially makes it look like everyone else is having open net success.
Yeah, the highlight reel effect.
But building anything worthwhile in 2025, a business, a skill, reaching a big goal, it takes time. It takes persistence.
And expecting things to happen instantly, it just leads to frustration. Maybe giving up too soon.
Or taking shortcuts that end up costing you more in the long run.
Because real growth, real mastery, it's almost always about consistent effort over time. Very few real overnight successes out there.
So how do we cultivate that patience? Your 2025 action plan for patience starts with set process goals, not just outcome goals.
Okay, focus on the doing, not just the getting.
Exactly. So instead of only focusing on, say, hit 6 hours revenue, set goals like make Y quality sales calls each day.
Or spend Z hours per week learning that new software.
Right. You control the process. The outcome follows from consistent effort on the process.
Focus on the inputs you control. Trust they'll lead to the outputs you want. Makes sense.
Next, track lead measures, not just lag measures.
Lead versus lag. Explain that.
Okay, lag measures tell you what already happened, like your total sales last quarter or finishing a project. They lag behind the effort.
Right, their results.
Lead measures predict future success. Think website traffic, new leads generated, content published, connections made, things that lead to the results.
Ah, so focus on hitting those lead measure targets consistently.
Yes, because they're the best indicators you're on the right track. Trust that they'll eventually move the lag measures.
Like steering the ship, focus on the compass heading, not just the wake behind you.
Great analogy. And finally, celebrate milestones, not just the finish line.
Break down the big goals.
Yeah, those huge 2025 ambitions. Chop them up into smaller, manageable steps. And when you hit one, finish a key project phase, land that first client, master a tricky new skill. Actually pause, acknowledge it, celebrate it.
Keeps motivation up, right? Stops the huge goal from feeling overwhelming, reinforces progress.
Definitely. Think about Amazon back in the day under Bezos.
Yeah, they famously didn't make profits for ages.
Right, because they were relentlessly focused on the long game, reinvesting everything in growth, infrastructure,
Yeah.
ignoring short-term pressure.
Patience as a strategy, a competitive advantage even.
Absolutely. It shows that sticking to the process, playing the long game, that's how you build something really substantial.
Cultivating that long-term view, understanding real achievement takes time and grit.
So there we are, 5 massive don'ts from Amy Morin, flipped into actionable do's for your 2025 strategy.
Embrace change, master focus, reframe failure, act with gratitude, play the long game.
Yeah. And building this mental strength, it's not about, never feeling bad. It's about choosing your thoughts, choosing your behaviors, especially when things get tough, like they inevitably will sometimes in 2025.
Recognizing that your mental habits, their choices, that feels like the biggest shift.
It really is. Make those choices consciously. Embrace these principles. That's how you build resilience. That's how you unlock your potential this year and beyond.
It all starts with managing that inner game. That dictates so much of your outer success.
So, hey, let me ask you, listening, was this deep dive helpful as you're thinking about 2025? I really hope it sparked some ideas.
Yeah, hopefully some concrete actions too.
If it did, could you do us a quick favor? Just smash that like button.
Yeah.
Seriously, it helps other people find these insights, people who might really need them right now.
And it lets us know what kind of content is hitting home for you.
Definitely. Okay, first action step, inspired by today. Jump down into the comments. Tell us the #1 takeaway you're committing to implement this week.
Yeah, what's the one thing you're going to actually do? That's fear of control audit. Start the gratitude journal.
Put it in the comments. Let's get some accountability going. We'd love to see what resonated.
Definitely keen to hear what you're taking away.
And lastly, look, if you want more deep dives like this, exploring key books, crucial strategies for navigating 2025, make sure you hit subscribe and ding that notification bell.
We've got lots more planned: mental models, habits, strategies, all designed to help you thrive.
We're here to help you tackle whatever 2025 throws your way with more clarity, more focus, more strength. Your future self is absolutely thanking you already.